Honestly, I think having fun with this is gonna be pretty easy, right, Hypoc? And actually, okay, a bit of a question for you. When it comes to the series, do you see FPX as the favorite here, or do you see FNATIC as the favorite? Just like base, you know, if it's like a percentage, like 60-40, 50-50, just out of curiosity.
I think the way we've seen FPX play the last few times we've seen them, I give them the edge here. And then maybe I'm reading a little bit too much into, you know, FNATIC's, I hate saying shortcomings, but in terms of expectations, post first strike, hold that thought. Look at this, actually, once again, trying to play through, and FPX actually going to come out on top in terms of the trade there. It's down to a 3v2. Completely missed that, Lauren, sorry.
Oh, they went for a little TP pop, but
yeah,
you could already see the kind of scenario that was waiting. So it wasn't like they got particularly caught off guard by it. It's not too subtle, even with the Sky Flash going through. So no worries on that. Spike going to be going down. Now we're going to have Mo apparently requesting to call Mo 40, but if he wins the series, we'll take it into consideration. Mo trying to play it back in, but you've got Demasic holding a nice little off angle. And they've got a decent crossfire. With the player to the good, they're going to need to land some pretty beefy shots on this. Demasic can just now swing. Forced out by the molly. Good work from Mo, but the trade's there. Lovely work from Angel. Really just consistent play on the side. Just waiting for that first bit of contact and taking the wide peak.
But it's little things like that, right? So it's, again, that set play from FNATIC. As soon as that comes through, the reaction's there from FPX. They read, I don't want to say they read the situation perfectly, but they're well equipped to deal with kind of any of that funkiness that FNATIC, any of that flair that we know they can try to bring. So the big thing here is it comes back to the conversation we've had, which is, yes, if you kind of set that precedent for yourself of our play style is this kind of choreographed, rehearsed kind of executions, things like that. I mean, if you show it on stream once or you show it in scrims, a team like FPX is going to study it. They're going to know how to be set up to counter it.
Jack, you lucky boy. Very close. However, I am very interested in the kind of reading of details here and how this kind of evolves. For now, shouldn't be too much to write home about this. I feel as though FPX are quite consistent on their anti-ecos, so they should be fine. Nice work from Shao there, just kind of arm's length. Again, don't know if you really want to go into the likes of Showers against potentially, you know, whichever pistols you think they may have at this point, be it just at most Frenzies and Sheriffs. Probably not even that. Angel just playing the economy game.
FPX, I mean, we always talk about this structure and discipline, but the thing to consider is, I'll hold that thought for a second actually, as the paranoia comes through. Angel just right up short here. Pretty strong on either side actually. That's even 3v3, and actually the Sky Flash comes through past the wall. Shadow actually breaks off the plant there, and we'll deal with both players. Boaster and Mo will fall.
Spike planted.
Yeah, difficult for them to really get anything done here at the back of it. Unfortunate, really, because obviously limited equipment here in terms of weapons. FNATIC now, yeah, just going to get cleaned up. Shadow actually going to pick up the fourth there. But what I was about to say, I mean, we talk about things like conditioning. FPX is a great example of how sticking so disciplined to that default can kind of leave your opponent guessing, right? It almost relies on somebody going out and finding that information to see if there's any variance. Again, you can study the default, which, you know, on Bind, it is kind of vanilla. Yes, you can switch it up a little bit, but majority of the time is a little bit of focus on Showers, a little bit of presence shown on B long, maybe Ray's walking up hookah with the boom bot, things like that, right? But it requires the defenders to go out and find that information to see if there's anything different.
Ooh, fully blind, lovely little flash from Sky. That was what we saw coming out from NA very early on to allow control towards B long to get the ult points going. Now Shao's going to try and play that back in. But yeah, that was a very common flash, so a little surprising that that caught them so readily, especially with Sky in the roster. Just, if I'm not mistaken, does go through hookah, the roof over there. Nice little pop flash to long. Very simple stuff, nothing too crazy, but clearly well considered. This is the bonus round, though, you would argue, for FPX. They do have some better weaponry in here. We do have some, you know, Phantoms out and about, but it is still going to have Bulldogs and bits and pieces. It's certainly not your big buy-in, so let's see how much damage can be done. This should be a good one for FNATIC. First time they will have at least the monetary upper hand.
Actually, just a glimpse there of Mystic. I guess going to try and clear it out with the Aftershock here to allow Zipan to move up. Is Zipan going to satchel across here? The flash doesn't actually catch him, but that gives them pretty much full lamps control. And FNATIC going to have to back up initially. Mo will find a kill onto Demasic. Shadow now Oh, actually, that was close actually because he was caught the. Okay. Didn't quite catch the kills, but I was going to say it was close there because he caught the vulnerability, sorry, of Mystic's utility. So the orbital strike perfectly placed there. And that's the sort of thing that we've seen a number of times with FNATIC, which is that it's the precision of that utility usage and how well it synergizes.
Lovely little start for Boaster. Would like to see. I want to see Chak Doma come online. I'm honestly looking to see Doma come out and about, right? Like, this guy is one of the kind of called upon people that definitely caught attention through the early days of Summon. So I want to see him back on form today. It'd be nice to have that. Maybe this could be it. See if he's going to be a gap closer. No, just kind of sitting in their crossfires towards Hookah. Information garnered off the back of Sky. Bit of info wars to begin with. Now they've heard two players here. Nah, pain shot's gonna be a problem. Gonna force him to come across. Yeah, Doma's in all kinds of trouble.
Shao, yeah, we'll follow up on that. He's down to 36 HP though, so probably can't force the issue just yet. Isaka, Demon 6 still outside. Just moving from market up to Hookah actually, and then 3 members FPX up on long. FNATIC, you see, as to the minimap here, look how much information they have on the other side of the map here. So they are able to maintain this heavy presence on B site. FPX thinking, actually anticipating maybe there is a flank coming through. FPX, I mean, they love this, right? You made the comparison to other teams that let the clock run down. FPX kind of thrive in this situation.
Yeah, but on the other side, FNATIC have the right response. It just
absolutely.
Site. Like, this is fine. If they want to play for retake, they can.
Off your feet!
They don't have to be actually too fussed about this. This is still going to be a very late plant, but the only problem becomes if they try and make a quick play as this plant comes in. I doubt they will be. Yeah, this is fine. So yeah, retake time. You're going to see a little bit of a clear as they come through. Chak going to be playing from elbow. Nice work from Doma to find Shao. That's a bit of a mistake from Shao to be able to be that picked up for nothing. That was just a crossfire to be held. That was unnecessary to go down like that. And now you're going to see Mo starting to build up. They were paranoid about the flank earlier. And now that paranoia is going to build. Again, bit of a curious choice from Demon 6 to try and make that mad dash. And FPX, yes, they find 2, but it's Zipan now on the side. A 1v1 up against, oh my word, Zipan finds Mo on the swing. Now, yeah, we know Zipan's got aim for days. A couple of overpeaks here and there, making me nervous on this.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as Demon 6 picks up on that flank there, FPX, I mean, Zipan and Shadow know that they have to play aggressively on site to clear that out. They need to maximize the use of that time until Mo is able to close the distance. So really, really well played by Shadow and Zipan to hold on to that. Again, I'm kind of with you, though. Maybe a little bit sloppy in terms of retaking there, because I feel like FNATIC were able to get close enough where they've got to assume both players are pinned in.
Yeah, 3-1 now being the scoreline, though. The money gonna kind of swing around about on it. FNATIC gonna be dealing with the sheriffs and the buckies and what have you, but hey, they can make a good use of it. They normally have this sort of a decent plan in mind. And you're gonna see that plan come through. Mo, easy peasy. Demon 6 kind of falling for the bait there a little too much for my taste. And you know you're gonna be up against a forced out team. You can see the economy. It's not even as hard as other games. You have to manually work it out. It literally shows you. There is no excuses on this one. For now, though, FPX take the small portion that is offered of the site. Most still very present in Showers, going to at least allow an easier playback through for the rest of the team. And there we go, going to at least keep that plant a little unavailable.
The rotations come through. It's only Chak and actually Doma making his way back through the spawn now, back over towards B site. So FPX are going to get themselves a 2v2. Chak actually posted with a Bucky inside site here. Tap comes through and he will find the headshot. The Zipper and the Bucky does not miss at that range. If he can find anything else here, just lurking inside this smoke for the time being.
30 seconds left.
Okay, they've given away most of their positions by this point, but it doesn't really matter. It is just Angel alive. And these untradeable kills being garnered. FPX seemingly unaware of how they want to approach the anti-eco on this, or the anti-force buy, I guess, not necessarily an eco, but again, walking into Showers isolated, no trade available. Playing towards the site, no trade there either. Some very untradeable kills being given away by FPX.
I mean, you kind of saw with the audio cue there, Demon 6 throws a spy cam out. He obviously notes that Mo is inside his drone without an enemy team, a teammate there. to kind of trade the drone, right? So I guess reads that as if he's going to get a clean 1v1 that he felt as if he could win. But yeah, the Bucky, probably the last thing you want to see when you're actually pushing that close to showers. FNATIC again looking to swing down long. Angel, the only one to actually buy a weapon in this round, and he will put it to use immediately.
We did used to call it the Russian buy, the rifle, and just the rest of the pistol. Normally it does kind of equal out the money, to be fair, and it does at least keep you quite competitive in these. Seeker's going to be put down, but yes, information found. You can see Sova going walkabouts, but beyond that, it's not much to garner from it. There's the next flash coming in. Doma catches a little, not a lot. That's okay. Still keeping them at bay here. This round does feel a little dangerous still. I want to see what that Sova does. It looks like Breach is keeping a track on the back, at least for now. And if the Sova over pushes, that's a problem. Let's see if they catch him. Let's look towards Sova. There's Mo, gonna find Angel at least, but a quick trade out. Rifles now being garnered. They're taking away a little bit of weaponry here, and again, this opens up an opportunity, but let's see what he get for it. And probably limited information off that B bit of utility put down by Sky there on long. Didn't get much for it, so if they re-aggress on this, that's very dangerous. They're looking for info.
30 seconds
if you
left.
start getting aggressive,
The time of attack. He didn't spot both of these players.
yeah, but the cross is pretty... Yeah, but there we go. That's going to be a spike plant. This is one that FNATIC will be kicking themselves about, getting overly aggressive when they had so many advantages. Unnecessary to push down and give away guns like that, give away opportunities, and force that rotation back towards A. That vulnerability was there. Now, FNATIC looking to do some damage all the way back through. They still have their Vandals, and look at this face coming out from Zipan. Tries to do the early damage. He gets the info, loses life for it, and now goes forward. Ult popped, Shadow found.
2v2.
Now 2v2 begins, but time is still dwindling. Keep that in mind. Having to clear these two angles is quite tricky. They're complementary in the fact that they're deep angles to play with. There we go, ultimate is popped. Just going to buy some time. Doma's going to go on the hunt, though. He needs to get there quickly. It's predicted, but it doesn't matter. And now the 1v1. And time has gone, and Demasic is there, and all he had to do was play safe.
Yeah, I mean, a really, really nice round there from FPX again. The force up from Angel to get that Vandal on the board, absolutely paying dividends for them. Interesting enough, no Cypher utility from Demasic anywhere on that flank. So Mo, I guess, was just left guessing, right? He must have assumed that they were pushed so far deep on B long, ready for a B here, that he could have carried on doing that. But yes, he gets the one kill there, but the fact that he dies kind of leaves a huge gap for FNATIC. Again, the man advantage for the attackers. Exactly.
They simply couldn't leave it. That's the fucking... Excuse me. My bad. Wow, my brain just slipped. Excuse me.
You were thinking of the Bucky, weren't you?
I was. Speaking of, none coming out this time. My. First time I've ever sworn on a broadcast. That's interesting. It's almost like I'm tired. Constantly tired. Shadow this time will at least be getting shower control, but beyond that, this is the swing and roundabout game, right? This is mental games between these two. You've had that pressure on towards B long. Now that's quite consistent, honestly. That's why I quite like Sky. They're finding some real viability in the defensive side. It's what we kind of wanted to see with some of the teams running with Sky. It's obviously super easy to see how it's applicable on the attacking side, but on the defensive side, we were kind of questioning, can people be as engaging with it, use it to find information as well? I think so far it's actually doing pretty well at keeping them humble towards that B-long approach. Now, Angel's been toying with it. He's been caught maybe once or twice, but overall it's been a pretty fair fight between these two, and Chax, I mean, he's been put to the test. There's not too many other ways to put it. He's now got at least a little bit of support from Doma in the off angle. It does mean they're a little lighter on that hookah control, but now already the utility comes through, and the side is going to come in. Boaster though with the ult. That's the little bit of a change up.
Just got to be careful here. Mo actually swinging all the way through that smoke. You will get one kill, but quickly traded out. Jack still over here in elbow, and there you go.
10
Counter
seconds.
peek, yeah. Come down to the wire, but the spike will get planted here. Come down to a 1v2 here. Shadow and Demasic. Again, they have the opportunity. The flash is perfect. Mystic completely blind from that one, but the information's gone over. They're going to know exactly where Mystic's approaching from.
I'm amazed on that time. The double face as well. That's really nice. They're doing their very best to not allow a 1v1 to come from this.
Yes.
So, again, that's quite... You can see Mystic's trying to work for it. He is desperately trying to work for it. Even the angles he's facing to try and give that 1v1, but they're not allowing it. They've fallen away to a deeper angle now, playing that timing really nicely. this round, Mystic is not being given the chance. Demon6 done with that. He's going to put it to bed. 5-2. FPX starting to take a little bit of the momentum control, I feel. But I like that switch up coming out from Bowstar. I want to see maybe some more changes like that. Bring out the op every now and then. You know, try and kind of make these very unique plays. I want to see if they do that maybe a little more often.
Back now as we're kind of approaching, I guess, the second cycle of ultimates here. Really on the board, Mystic does ultimate. Demasic does have the neural theft. Zipan one away from the showstopper once again.
Oh, this buy.
Yeah.
The spike is still in base.
We've seen this a few times from FNATIC, where it's almost like G2-esque, right? Where it's kind of like they will just keep kind of scrappy investing back into rounds to try and do damage to the enemy economy.
There's a degree in which I like the idea of the force buys coming in. We've seen how dangerous they are. We saw that very clearly. The Buckies are wild. I need to be careful of that word. I mean, the Buckies are wild. But it's just the consistency here, right? With this slow default coming out and all the other sort of approaches that FPX seem to have, it shouldn't be as viable. Although that shower piece, I like the way they almost doubled down on it here for FNATIC. They've kind of, I guess, read that worked well, and you can see the avoidance from FPX. They're like, right, we're not going near that side of the map.
That flash was so good, actually. Caught all three inside hookah there. Spy cam comes out. He actually caught Doma underneath the window. Oh no! The smoke just not popping early enough. Boaster will fall in quick succession. Chak 2. Oh, the timing was so unfortunate for that smoke there. The spy cam from Demasic onto the tube. They're clear underneath. Mystic now, Spectre in hand, will find one, but Demasic closes that one out with his third on the round. I love seeing things like that. It's just like literally like a split second of difference in utility, and I don't want to say it cost them the round, but it definitely cost them the first blood, right? It's the green light for FPX to push that.
Hey, come on now. Now, here's the next swing, right? So we've seen the tone now being picked up by FPX. Kind of 3 rounds on the trot here. Okay, FNATIC, what do you have now? Where's that next look? I thought I saw an op come out for a second for Boaster. I don't know if he's opted to not go for it. But I really want to play close attention here, because it looks like, for now, FPX's approach has been pretty solid.
It has, yeah. And to be honest, there's not been an awful lot, other than this B-long push with the Skyflash out hooker, there hasn't really been any fact-finding missions from FNATIC. I mean, other than Mo kind of drifting all the way through market where he's been given the space to do so. But there's no value gained off that from the side of FNATIC. It's not really equating to anything for them in these rounds.
Shout out to all my homies in chat. We saw and heard nothing. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. 6-2.
They hate me about. They said the beep guy had one job. I was too late with the beep. I really let you down.
NA audio, man. It's rough out here. A little bit of a nade clear. And God, I did remember between these two, we're going to have like such long rounds as well, because it's those 20-second executes every single time. This is 40 seconds. This is mad aggressive, and Angel, not sure the plan on that one. Unable to clear those close corners. I didn't love that TP through. Maybe a fumble on that, or maybe I'm misreading the scenario, but as it stands, Mystic still maintains control, and Mo gets the freedom to focus on the fights he wants. Too many F's in that sentence too. Bloomin' heck. Mo still, though, he's keeping such a large area that this post plant is going to be tricky to hold on to for FPX, even with the ults.
Indeed, Mo. And just waiting for somebody to show their hand. Both of these players so low. And actually, Shao going to fall Demasic immediately afterwards. The wall dropping. The perfect time there. Zipan will find one headshot in consolation, but Boaster will close that one out. FNATIC will post their third. Yes, the push onto lamps looked a little, I guess they were just like assuming they knew exactly where Mystic was positioned, because the flash was onto site. It wasn't for that corner outside lamps. So maybe just a slight misread there, or I'm not entirely sure. I mean, the TP was freest kill Mystic's probably going to see this entire series, but the flash wasn't good for that spot for him to TP to, so I'm not sure if that was a fumble or not.
Yeah, and again, it's like, well, whose fumble was it? Interesting. Regardless, I do like the way the Viper wall there kept so much of the side control available for Mo as well. I'd say that's probably one of the better applications of it thus far. If we look at how Mo was able to play that, he had the safety of the wall to play around, and then once obviously within their call, able to kind of reveal where those opponents were. So very well played to Mo to maintain that. I think that's one of the better looks we've seen from that site. And I guess FNATIC found an answer. Now, bear in mind, that wasn't an early hit. That was a 40-second hit. That's a pretty normal hit. But I want to see if there's different looks now coming out from the other side. The adaptations there. Maybe they have to put more approach towards Shower to isolate kind of the other side of that wall. It may be the best idea right now. It looks like Boaster is there though, and I wonder what Boaster's got to play with. So far, Molotov's just fine, but the trade for Angel, he seems all too aware. So they've gone for the fight to take back that side control that was garnered from that wall, but they still need to clear the corner, which they do. Mystic all alone. He can't quite get away from it. And there's the next level, right? FPX within one round just completely negated that Viper wall, in my opinion.
Scout destroyed.
Just a minute. We'll talk about it in the post-round time here as FNATIC still find themselves in a 3v4. So definitely doable for them. Full HP. A couple of flashes still left available. And actually, Doma going to find a good kill and a second as well. Zipan will fall. 2 back-to-back headshots there from Doma. Showstopper gets popped. Angel now looking to re-aggress back out.
Nowhere to run.
Oh no, the Showstopper. Oh no, it does catch him. I think Doma just caught a glimpse of him there. Xiao will find one more kill there with the Hunter's Fury. He does have a shock dart as well, but can it come through before the defuse? He's sticking it. He's going to get the defuse on that one. FNATIC will get it. Xiao actually going to find both kills in trash time, but good recovery from FNATIC there. Again, Doma just forcing Angel all the way back into a tough spot inside lamps. But the interesting thing for me here, I mean, on defense, and again, call this hindsight, whatever, however you want to look at it. This wall, this default wall from FNATIC over on A, right? Put Sky on A site. That's effectively a makeshift Phoenix wall and flash, right? The combination between Viper and Sky's flash. I want to see them try and lock that down a little bit more because Chak is pretty much posted on B long every single round. But, I mean, the other side of that is Mystic needs to stay alive long enough for that retake to come through so that they can make use of the same combination, right? The wall and the flash.
Yeah, I mean, there's variety to it. I think that, honestly, that the early round in that previous one showed not necessarily the problem with it, but it just puts a lot of strain towards Mystic to maintain shower control. I feel like at this point you cannot allow that to be playable because so much and again, investing the ult towards it, perfect. Because as soon as Xiao becomes available, as that previous round highlighted, the site's pretty open and you actually lose part of the crossfire of having lamps. So it becomes a little trickier to maintain. However, into this one we go. Ultimate invested to maintaining that shower control. Now, outside of that though, we're going to have FPX running their pretty standardized default, nothing too crazy. They are kind of staying away from B long though. I think that, as you said, that constant presence from Chak is at least keeping them away.
Yeah, it is. And again, I say that, I'm not sure, you know, the only other person really is Mo to replace that position on B long. That's where we typically see a Sova position. Actually, find a lot of information deep on B long there between Boaster and Chak. Actually, Doma backing away onto site, so maybe anticipating this hit perfectly, to be quite honest with you. No blind notifications, so they know it's potentially behind the smoke that FPX are positioned. Actually, that second flash is really good, but he can't swing quick enough on it. He will find Xiao regardless, though. The Seekers go out. That's going to reveal Angel's position close by, and he still wins it. Zipan will get a kill elsewhere, but FNATIC already... Numbers of Boaster! He just plucked Zipan out of the sky.
Those Seekers just yeeted the other way as well. You laugh, sorry. Demasic though is on the site. This is still kind of tricky. Look at the time. They've got 10 seconds. What are you going to do with this? Chak has won them this round. Maintaining that long control was formidable.
Single-handedly. And again, like you said, yes, the Seekers literally yoink off in the other direction. So he knows he has that clean 1v1 with Angel.
Yep.
Comes out on top of it, and right there, I mean, it's I don't want to say it's a forced push out of Hooker, but Boaster's backed away at that point. He has the operator. He's posted ready for that peak.
This has been a really, really top tier response from FNATIC as well. We've seen really nice adaptation and good investment of the ultimates kind of, as said, keeping control of showers there. Now, it looks like we're going to go back towards an A hit, but the correct read from Boaster coming over with the op is the correct choice. Now, whether or not he's going to... no early impact now. Predicting the pressure from showers as that was the previous read, but Mystic's more than up to the challenge this time around. He's a little isolated. Bear in mind that Viper Wall does mean that not too much support can come his way. He's a little on his own, but if Mystic's up to the fight, then why not go for it? He's going to take the wide swing on this one. And now the wall comes down, the crossfire re-engages, but by now the spike is planted.
Oh, Angel actually managed to get himself out of heaven there. Mystic will find that one. Mystic responds onto Doma, but all the kills going in favor of FNATIC right now, and now they bring it to a 4v1. Shadow will fall. FNATIC will tie things up 6-6 for this half, and definitely didn't feel like a 6-6. It definitely didn't feel like a 6-6. FNATIC with the perfect response. I mean, once they got a decent grip on FPX's default there, Mo stopped I don't want to say overextended, but stopped exploring that area outside of showers all the way into market. But really, really good response. 4 rounds in a row for FNATIC to close that half out.
Credit to Mystic in this round. Staying alive here is such a problem. As soon as that wall goes down, the post-plant crossfires come in and they can clear, and he's already maintaining lamps. I mean, it's fantastic. As I said, there's a danger for playing there, right? For a Viper, and you
Yes.
don't have the bonus of those crossfires in place. You won't have Mo be able to help you nor Boaster, but if you're able to stay alive, you maintain so much map control. They have so much sight control. That is phenomenal for them. Now, it has garnered them 6 rounds, both apiece. I'm looking to see what FNATIC look like on the attack here. Because again, I think traditional map bias goes a little out the window when it comes to certain teams who may be a little bit more specifically ready for this. But keep in mind, this is a FNATIC choice, right? This is their map. They're happy to come into this, and you can see as to why, looking very good. But I feel as though this pistol is going to be quite instrumental in this Hypoc. If FPX pick it up, we've got a bit more of a game on our hands. I feel like FNATIC can grind out enough here to close out this half. Even without it potentially, but I think FPX might need it a little more. But again, maybe a over-assessment. But now, is that Raze jump peaking? Can we have a little look? If we could, towards a Raze and CT.
He's jump spot in showers, yeah.
It's a very nice little peak, and again, it will reset the movement a little quicker than just doing the normal jump, just bopping your head on a doorway. We saw it in Counter-Strike for a long time, and we're seeing it here. It's nice. It's a nice little idea, and it's obviously safe. Safe-ish. I doubt many people are going to hit that shot.
No. Speaking of safe, FPX actually stacked 4 up here. Mystic playing solo anchor here. Both are actually going to hop into the TP here. So again, FNATIC, this is that kind of funky execute that we're used to seeing from them. Mystic going to have to give this up, play all the way back in towards elbow, and actually a triple TP comes through from FPX. And look at the hooker presence here. This could be a bloodbath outside, but Shadow will draw first blood.
I thought Boaster had that one, but Shadow somehow claimed it, and it's going to be Doma. Quick little satchel, buying some time, getting a new angle, double dips down, but he has to now do something. No. Unable to make the shots quite find their placement here. Now, Long's a problem. This is a nice little post-plant. Jack's just going to spam on through. Angel's dead. Isolated another. Uh-oh, FPX, we start shooting bullets. Mo out of nowhere, but Shao doubles down himself. And he knows all too well, but look at this. The decay, the vulnerable, it's all there. He needs the fight. And he ain't gonna get it. Mystic with the fadeaway. Just find Shao. And the pissed around is FNATIC's, and in some style.
And I mean, that's the manner in which we see FNATIC kind of win so many rounds, which is, yes, all of this fighting is fantastic to watch, but it all plays into FNATIC's favor. They want this fight to happen. They want all of this time on the clock to run down because of that post-plant strength that we know they have with this composition.
Now, there's one thing I do want to look at is how they want to disrupt that. Is how do they approach trying to get rid of that Viper, right? That's...
Well, it's funny you say that, just quickly, because they chose to push hookah. They didn't push through long. 3-man TP rotation comes through. They find the kills in hookah, but they don't challenge towards Fountain. Right? They have to retake B long control.
Alright. Walkabouts times with sheriffs. Boaster makes it look all too easy. Nicely done. Farming it up. Shadows down. Not too many worries here, Hypoc. This is going nicely to plan. That little bit of a shower presence could be a little bit more of a, I guess, a sticking point here to deal with. It might be a little bit trickier, but again, through the TP we go.
Yeah, again, as soon as they see those two players there on Shower after finding 2 earlier kills onto A side, they read into it being a stack, which is absolutely correct in this case once again. Oh. Oh. A little bit of a bounce. Now FPX find themselves in a 3v4 retake. Only pistols there, well, 2 sheriffs and a ghost. Very difficult for them to really get anything done here. You can see utility getting thrown in from deep on B long. Okay, thank you. Thank you for cleaning that one up. Finally, Shao actually going to peek out here. It happens to the best of us. It happens to the best of us.
One enemy
Honestly, the
remaining.
hitboxes are actually kind of mad when they're turned around. It is such an annoying thing. This is going to be impossible to win the round. Zipan can do damage.
It's costly.
It is costly. I guess at the bare minimum for FPX, they have got 3 down to the opponents, but FNATIC happy with this. 2 rounds on the board, made it look good. And now sitting at 8-6, this is where we could see the turn of events. Sure, this is where FPX could answer back. So it's a big round for FPX here.
And look at that ultimate progress already. Mo 5 out of 7, Boaster 5 out of 7, Chak 5 out of 6. Really, those are the ones you towards in terms of a bonus round. If they can get any of them online and throw it out, see if you can convert. Angel actually doing his best Hiko cosplay. Going to buy the Guardian here, and he's going to find the first one. Doma will fall. Mystic will trade it out quickly.
The inhuman reaction's not there this time. Demasic, not pretty on that. And yeah, this is going to be...
Just run it down B. Run it down B.
Honestly, sometimes not overthinking it, probably the best way to play against these 2 teams. You know what I mean? Just like, all right, just yeet it up B. No worries. Now, how on earth will you deal with this? Seeker's coming out, so much more to get through. And then Viper makes her appearance, and Boaster makes his. Still got his ultimate around as well. This was the big one for FPX, and they've let it fall to the wayside. This is the bonus for FNATIC, and this plant is still a problem. They can't clear it out right now. Shadow's going to send it down, but doesn't really matter at this point. There we go. Baits out the ultimate, but it buys more time. Chao's putting in damage, but the time, it's gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
Clutch.
Exactly what I was talking about there. The ultimate progress just becoming the factor that allows FNATIC to convert that bonus round with ease. At that point, I mean, it doesn't matter if everyone dies, right? I'm not entirely sure what it looked like in terms of equipment. Yeah, it's just really Mo that's tapped out. On Mystic as well, actually. But the round 3, the big win for FNATIC there, because FPX now back on a scrappy buy. Look at it, 4 sheriffs and a Bucky.
What gun?
Their economy is absolutely...
Why would you ever name a gun that? Alright, you're asking for trouble. Angel is a mile away. We have an A hit coming on. Shao's been having some nice aim, but it doesn't really matter when you're 9-6 down in the fashion they are. The problem is that FPX are getting kind of bullied around here. FNATIC looking very comfortable on this. Their kind of set pieces are working, and they've kept control of the economy. Boaster doing well there to find the fight against Zipan. No threats to kind of build from that. We still have a couple of players lingering around, sure. But FNATIC obviously are drastically outgunning them at this point. And there goes the plant. Boaster keeping them safe, and Doma doing the same thing. Half of the course, nice and clean, 5 alive, and double digits achieved.
Again, with the round 3 being posted, the fact that obviously they have to, again, I said a couple of players of FNATIC were tapped out. That's a big round to win flawless. Because once again now, I mean, Boaster pretty much back on his second cycle. Doma 2 away from the showstopper. Mystic now 1 away from his ultimate. And Mo still has the Hunter's Fury. So again, these rounds, winning them clean and getting... I mean, yes, the ultimate orbs are a bonus, but... It's crazy to see. Again, as soon as that orbital strike became available in round 3, it gets thrown out. He's pretty much back there already.
Toxins going up.
Okay. Now... this is probably one of the, I don't say last chances. This is where it gets a little bit desperate, I feel, for FPX. If you don't win this one, I feel as though the game is gone for you, right? Like, this is one of the big swing rounds. We saw the previous one on the bonus. Didn't work out so good for FPX. But for now, FNATIC get to kind of determine the pace in which they approach. And we've seen those late in the day hits, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see something like that here.
Look for a little information through showers. There, you can just see it. Boaster will grab the orb as well, so that puts him one away from the orbital strike once again. Kill or spike plant this round, and they will have it for the post plant. Once again, FPX, heavy emphasis on A site. Just happy to give it up as long as Demasic obviously plays his life in elbow. He has the trap wire actually set up for the push onto elbow. So happy to give this one up and play retake on B. But again, the win condition for retaking B versus FNATIC is eliminating Mystic, damaging that post plant
30
setup.
seconds left.
Okay, info to be found about now. More than enough noted. And now we've got to wait for the rest of the players to make their retake. Okay, back through the TP now. Last time they got some pretty favorable fights towards Hookah, but still, I mean, this is a decent plan, decent post plan with the players on long as well. They're going to be funneled through, and the crossfire is going to be right. Keep your eyes on the players kind of sitting towards long. You're going to have most of them catching the kills, and there they are. Chak and Boast are doing incredibly well. Demasic's there, but it's a little late in the day, and the trades, again, this is what I mean. Great post-plant crossfires coming in, leaving Hookah room open, but taking long control. You can't get to the site without crossing out. Couple that with CT presence, you're in a wonderful position. It works so well. And now Demasic, good flank.
Trick shots.
But good luck getting Boaster out of this.
He's just holding the orbital strike.
Both of them are bolts.
Enemy remaining.
Doesn't matter. Again, the ult economy. Fuck, I mean, this is... It's all theirs. They are playing an untouchable game.
They are. And the one thing there is really the ability that we haven't seen much from FNATIC, which is to switch up and rely on completely different setup for the post plan. I mean, right here, it was just, like you said, it was just strength in crossfires. Really well synergized setup there from FNATIC to hold on to this. That's the thing. It's another tool at their disposal, right? And the discipline to just play off the orbital strike. Again, yes, if the Hunter's Fury is needed and Boaster for some reason dies that far in defensive spawn.
Ooh, aggression. There we go. New look coming out, but... I mean, zip out. Why not, right? Save it, you'll probably lose it at this point, so decides to take down Boaster. And I like the adjustment of aggression every now and then. I'll always support it on the defensive side. I don't think it's a bad look to go to. I think it's a good choice every now and then. Throw it in, see if it works. At present, though, obviously, FNATIC seem well enough prepared. We saw that early information being garnered. They spotted it out, fell deeper, and just kind of played passive. They're reclaiming territory towards B, maybe if they didn't have full idea as to if it was safe or not. So again, yes, it may slow them down, but we're still above, 50 seconds here. They're still fine.
I've got your
Actually,
trail.
again, the Seeker's going to come out. It's going to give them the information. As soon as those Seekers go down A short, they know it's only one member of FPX holding onto A site. Actually, Shadow going to try and flash himself into showers here. Going to get pinged on the recon. It's cleaned out with ease. That's the strength of the Seekers there. As soon as those Seekers turn left at market, they know they have a fantastic opportunity to just overwhelm Shadow on A site. Brilliant usage once again.
Yep. They are looking very well prepared. This is the thing that drives me mad about FNATIC is they'll sweat their asses off to get ready for the likes of FPX, but they'll almost drop like a first round game against people that are nowhere near as tricky as these guys to play against. But for now, FPX is going to put up a good try in this one. Now, what do they have ready for the push bomb this time? This is what they have.
The cheese.
If you allow them to get the spike, you're probably not going to get the defuse, so you kind of need to win before that point, because this is what happens. 12-6. And once again, there is not an answer for that post plant. You either have to come up with one, or you're going to end up like this, 12-6.
Yeah, I mean, once again, this is a fantastic example. And previously, I mean, it was actually 13-6 at first strike in this matchup on Bind. Once again, FNATIC just showing that they're able to run rings around FPX here. No response whatsoever. And again, the two win conditions is you don't let them plant or you challenge the post plant. And we haven't really seen FPX tick either of those boxes.
Toxins going up.
And again, I look at FNATIC as a team that I have to see their depth, and right now they're showing a decent amount of it. I have to be
Toxin
not
screen
questioning,
down.
but getting a little question mark next to FPX. if they are unwilling to change to have to meet this style. There are a couple ways to do it. As simple as it sounds, you have to tailor yourself stylistically a touch to your opponent, or note their favorable strengths. Okay, do they do well in post plants? Right, well, that's something we have to consider. That's something we have to put in to check. Okay, maybe they convert a lot of, you know, eco rounds or force buy rounds. Okay, that's something to look at. Maybe they win X amount of their rounds when they have the op. That's a huge thing for them. How can we avoid that? How can we work around that? If you're unwilling to notice that this composition, it's filthy, keep in mind. It's actually dirty to play like this. Like, it's not a pretty game style, but it works. You're gonna lose to it. There has to be a way to find a way around this. For now, FNATIC once again taking shower control. You can see the ultimates being popped to clear out on the way.
Oh, he catches it with that second blow of the Hunter's Fury, so his position is going to be noted there. But back all the way under heaven. FNATIC actually don't clear that angle. Chow down to 37 HP will find one, but Chap trades it out.
FNATIC now on the verge. 25 seconds, and everything's going their way. They seem very well prepared. They look unflustered. They have not been pushed, and now one player remains in this Dimasic. This has been a show of strength for at least the composition once again on the attack. I feel as though this composition, if you do not have your answer, you're going to end up very much like Dimasic is here. A 1v3 where, yeah, you may get 2 of the players dead, but it's always going to be that third. And that third is going to be the consistent problem. And as you can see, time being bought here, Dimasic knows his days are numbered. And there it is. Chat to finish out 13-6. Map